What's going on, everybody? As I was setting up to go live, an airplane went by. There's a airport not too far from my house. Threw me off a little bit. So, playing some Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, obviously. And we're going to use the Sacred Huntsmaster that I was doing the Q&A with when I first loaded that up. And I figured, since he was right at the beginning anyway, would actually just gotten out of the shield maze, we might as well go ahead and use him. Or just kind of like a live playthrough, since that's something people asked for. You're too kind, Dennis. I don't know about all that. That's the weirdest animation with Yvette right there.
Nebby, I'd almost lost all hope.
Like as she goes to hug Anivia, you like see her arms like get longer than they actually are normally. It's very strange. What's going on, Oakhart?
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here. I'm here. This here's a new friend. He rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Let me introduce you to my wife, Arabeth Tirabade.
The Grey Garrison.
So,
until recently it served as barracks for the Crusade.
She'll kind of explain the situation in Canabras, of course, which honestly we've already done live and I think most people are pretty familiar with at this point, so we're going to keep it moving. And we can loot a little bit there, but they don't usually have anything. Then, if we're careful, you can actually send these Crusaders up ahead of you. If you walk out this door without engaging the cultists down the hallway, they'll actually do it themselves. Make your life a little easier. That way you can get through all those cultists pretty much without taking hardly any damage at all. Outside of the cleric who always channels energy right there.
Not this time.
DM Eric says, "Hey Mortismal, your videos are great, man. Keep it up. Loving the game. Found my 1 level dip into Rowdy absolutely broken. How do you feel about the Rowdy subclass?" It's certainly interesting. Off the top of my head, that's the rogue that uses strength. I've gone through so many of them, they kind of get like jumbled up after a little while. And somebody asked, how's the turn-based compared to real-time? In Act 1, it's pretty solid. I haven't messed with turn-based too much outside of Act 1, personally. I've heard there are some bugs that people are running into with turn-based, though. Just kind of stuff I've been reading, not anything I've experienced personally, but apparently there's been problems with attacks of opportunity in turn-based, where they'll just like randomly take attacks that like wouldn't or shouldn't be going off. So, something to keep in mind, I suppose. I don't know how widespread that is or anything, that's just some common stuff I've been reading. And then... yeah, there is. Like, I hate channel negative energy. That is such an annoying spell, and they use it all over the place in Act 1. And they love to put the cultists that cast it all the way back in like a huge pack of enemies. It's one of the most annoying spells. That's alright, we'll use up some of our mini potions. And I don't think... Winduog's better off in that breastplate at the moment. And I think that's about it. I don't think I really have anything special equipment-wise yet. I haven't just gotten out of the shield maze. DM says Rowdy's the one with the... Oh, yeah. Rowdy's the one with the Vital Strike stuff. Yeah, Vital Strike can be pretty good, and then Rowdy getting all those archetype bonuses to Vital Strike. Very helpful. That said, Rogue has a lot of cool archetypes in general. But up the stairs we go. Those are my pants. That's a funny username. Yeah, channel negative energy isn't as bad as in the tabletop because you tend to only be dealing with one person who has it. More than that, though, it can get wild. Yeah. Like, it's not too bad, all things considered. They love to put the one cultist casting it, like, all the way at the back. And even an archer can't reach them half the time, so it gets annoying.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you...
Minagho.
Staunton and Minagho.
That's not very...
That wench? Oh, big...
No, Staunton.
A lot of exposition explaining Staunton and Minagho.
Do not waver.
Where is he? I think it's one of these two, but I'm pretty sure one of these guys casts.
I'll rip you apart.
One's casting magic missile. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, and she's having trouble hitting him. There we go. That one didn't get as much damage off though, so not that big of a deal.
I am helpful.
Alright, then we
Am
can
I not?
skip over and talk to Minagho. Exarch of Justice says, what are we playing as? My main guy is an Inquisitor Sacred Huntsmaster. Figured I'd mix it up. I've been playing Sword Saint a lot.
Congratulations there, so you have a choice.
So with this conversation right here, it always ends in a fight with Minagho, and she always wins, just because, like, story reasons. But personally, I like to use the required Demon Mythic Path option right here, because it turns it into a 1v1 against you and her, and that way it's just over a lot faster.
Don't hold back.
Because you can't win that against her anyway.
Tired of playing around now. You
It just ends as soon as you actually go down.
Here's a little.
Exarch says, got the game yesterday and still haven't figured out what I want to play. Yeah, that's about right. There's plenty of options, that's for sure.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were sadly, no.
We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong.
Alright.
Demons have been filling Canab. Bad.
And we will
You
run
heard
through
the
all of her
Lord's
dialogue
first-
real quick.
There's and one last. Yeah.
She just gives us all of our places to go, things to see, the Tower of Estrad, looking out for allies, etc. Now we can talk to everybody, pick up all of our quests. Anivia forces us into a conversation. Which we'll talk to her again, because you can't ask her in that conversation, but if you talk to her again afterwards, she can point out some extra locations on the map for you. As can the bartender, if you ask him if there's any place in the city worth visiting, he'll point you towards a wine cellar. We'll also sell our junk. Keep on that. I don't know why I took his bracers off. Weird. Oh, Horgus will have money for us, and then another job. Greg says, where's part one? Part one was my answering questions before launch section. I'm gonna go ahead and just continue the same character from that guy, so I figured since we were already out of the shield maze and everything, I'd just start there. I should probably go back and like rename that one then. Alright, what were they doing? Right, talking to everybody. Indara, you can get a unique sword from her if you pass a diplomacy check. She's having like a debate with the soldiers here about war. And if you pass some of the checks, and you're nice to her actually, I think too. I was rude. But she can give you a unique short sword. Like Claw of Jitska or something. Blade of Autism donated €2. Thank you so much. He says, last stream I asked you what RPG to play during my free time, and you recommended this monstrosity. Problem is, I'm dumb as they come and never made it past the character creation. Too daunting, instant refund. Ah, that's too bad, man. I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. But it's not for everybody. That's the way it goes. CRPGs kind of tend to just be niche. Okay. What was that doing? Alright, so we still need to talk to Anivia. She'll give us our other locations. And then I think that about does it right this second. Besides... Oh yeah, Journal. This guy right here can give you a quest for after Act 1. He'll tell you about a place called Chili Creek, and you can go there after you leave Canabras. And then Forn here has a quest for us as well, asking us to hunt down what I know is a drow, but you can potentially pass a check and find that out. Blade of Autism says, nah, it's all good. I started Wasteland 3. Wasteland 3 is amazing. Yeah, I love Wasteland 3. Morning Sun says, oh wow, he's got a wolf. Yeah. I don't normally play with wolves, to be honest. Like they have that trip thing, but it's really about all they've got going for them, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Tomasz Jenko just donated €5. No message. Thank you so much. Oh, there it is. Hey man, been watching all your videos in a couple of days since I found this channel. Fantastic CRPG resource. What's the situation with the new Pathfinder and WotR? Are the levels bearable? I find it pretty well bearable. I don't have any problems with it myself. The There are some difficulty spikes here and there with the mythic enemies towards the end of the game, but beyond that, it's not too bad at all. Adam Vincent says you can turn the difficulty down to your level. It's highly adjustable. Yeah, that's very true. Even just outside of the... Because I've just got this on normal right now, but... Even just outside of like the actual presets, you can go in here and adjust all of this individually. So like... You can change the exact damage to the party you're taking, whether or not you're allowed to retrain your characters, how much weather affects your party, critical hits, like how much damage you're actually taking from those, whether or not negative effects are removed. You can toggle all of this individually. Mithril says, good evening from the UK. What's going on? Alright. To the basement, where we can find Woljif. That opening scene makes me laugh. Like, I've seen it a lot, obviously, at this point, but the first time I saw this little interaction, I really laughed about it. Chainmail, it doesn't do as much good. Pull this shield off the wall. That one down. That one up. And push the button. And the wall comes down. Then in here we can find that headband of charisma. That said, I'll have to get Ember pretty quick because I don't have anybody in my party right now. Well, Woljif might actually be able to identify stuff once I pick him up. But the first few characters I've had, actually nobody's been able to identify anything. So we'll talk to Yvette and get Woljif out. Oh yeah, I had actually forgot to talk to him. That figures. Got distracted doing the puzzle. Tomas says, do you also play TTRPGs? Not so much anymore. I played them quite a bit in high school. These days I'm usually making content and everything on YouTube, so I don't have time to actually sit down and play any sessions with anybody these days.
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over
Perfected
here.
says, have a good stream. Morty, love your work. Keep it up. Thank you so much, man. Have a good day.
Quit. What's it to you, Delvin?
Alright.
Don't you listen it. That's easy. I knew I could...
Now we'll go talk to Yvette about getting Woljif out. There we go.
Well, Chief, huh? You're up and up now.
Woljif is free. Alright. And is he able to identify? No, he still isn't able to identify anything. Ember should be able to, though. That said, we're pretty much ready to go besides that guy, but I think we will go grab Ember real quick just because we have nobody to identify anything, and I know she can. Or I'm pretty sure she can. Might be Nenio I'm thinking of. One of them can. Joran, we'll show him Radiance real quick. I'll level up before we actually leave. Alright. Wise. I think we'll pick up Precise Shot. That's a pretty easy way to go. Give us better hits, and then I like to take Precise Strike first because you get that extra damage. XR says I think Ember can too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she can identify stuff. Either her or it's either her. I'm pretty sure Ninio can if nothing else, but I'm pretty sure Ember does. Normally I'm playing a Mega, so it never really comes up. And then for our spells, I think I'll just pick up True Strike.
We should move.
Level up our pet here. Oh god, what? Hold on, I gotta back out. I forget. He's got a bite, I think. In our other characters, we're just going to take Winduog's auto level up, because they make her a pretty good archer, honestly. Like, it's super basic what they do, but she makes a pretty solid archer if you just let it auto level her. And then Camilla, the auto level actually takes what I like to do with her for the first few levels, and then a little later I change it. Because she gets extra feats and stuff from her battle shaman thing. And Sela. They always shoot to make her a tank, but yeah, that should be fine for now, actually. You could probably use that. I will change her mercy to fatigue, though. Alright, off we go. Talk to Karesmi, whatever her name is. Tomask asks, is Camellia as creepy as she seems in the first hour of the game? Oh, it gets so much worse. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, because we're still super early on, but Camilla is out there. They'll explain they had some sort of botched heist with the Moon of the Abyss where they stole it, but now it's missing. She's accusing Woljif, so we gotta go to the store and find out who actually did it. But we do that so we can find Finnian. But first we gotta go talk to Irabeth. And then Irabeth gives you the location of the shop and the password to the basement, which is Hand of Irori. Vaughn says, in regards to alignment, if I'm neutral evil, is there a mythic path that meshes the best with that? I know my alignment doesn't have to match, but still. Any of the, like if you're neutral evil, any of the evil mythic paths would do you. Like, Lich is pretty much neutral evil. Exarch says, let's just say Camilla fits the absence of an answer as an answer the game keeps pushing. Kind of. Alright. So Erebeth gives us the location of the shop, and then we can go pick up Finnian. Nussifer says, hey, what class to pick for the Gold Dragon path? Me personally, I don't think I would play a spellcaster for Gold Dragon, to be honest. They just get so many, like, you could probably do it, but they get so many bonuses to, like, you know, their size category and everything, and their strength, that I feel like a melee class would probably do much better. And Finnian is under the cabinet here. And we can turn him into a longbow. Stuff we can find around the shop here, but none of it's worth a lot for the most part, except behind the counter. Because in here we can find one of the pets in the game, the Pipe Fox. This gives you a bonus to Knowledge Arcana and Perception on whoever has it. And I think, yeah, he has Perception.
My skills are absolute.
And there we've got our little Pipe Fox, which is very creepy looking, but nonetheless. Exarch says, isn't there a natural weapon, barbarian, or blood rager? I forget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is. I think one of them uses like claw attacks or something like that. And we can get a description of all the tieflings from this thing before we move it out of our way. And we can head down to talk to the owner of the shop.
I hope you appreciate this.
Oh, for what it's worth, we are a lawful evil inquisitor of Asmodeus, by the way. About the same on each one. There we go. Right. All we need to do for that is head back. Oh, failed to sneak by some enemies.
Save the last one for me.
Giant fly.
Follow if you dare.
So he says, is there even a point in weapon loot once you get Finnian on the better weapons? Yeah, so Finnian upgrades here and there throughout the story, but there will be times where you find the same type of weapon that's better than what Finnian is until he upgrades again. So there's stuff like that going on, and then you can only put Finnian on one person, so... First Slug says, yo, what's going on, man? So the correct tiefling to accuse here is Melrun. Not that it matters, though. As you find out not too far later. Okay, and then if we can pass these diplomacy checks, well, and intimidate, we can get a really cool reward with all the stuff here, but it's a pretty, yeah, failed the back of it. We'll double check, because there's a ring that drops in there.
I'm off.
Well, not drops, but, you know, it's just in here. I don't remember if they take it with them or not, to be honest.
I am helpful, am I not?
Yeah. There's a ring of sharp strike in there, which is great for anybody using a bow. Kama says, what's the most fun class so far, and which is the most boring for you in Wrath? I don't know, man. There's so many. It's hard to actually pick one, to be honest. My favorite overall, if I had to pick, I'd say probably Mega's Sword Saint. I enjoy that a lot. Least favorite, I really don't like bards. I don't know. I just don't like the way they play. I don't like the whole musical thing. Alright. Head back to Defenders, talk to a few people, and then head down to the Tower of Estrad. Oh, it's raining, geez.
I do what I must.
Do I hate Lindsay? Her character is fine. Not wild about her class, obviously, though.
Psst, look, Chief, I got something to show you. I've been going to Fileman's to look at the moon ever since. Ow, what's up?
Alright. There's that turned in, and then we got to talk to Staunton while we're here. Because he tells us where the librarian is. Well, not the librarian, but the library. XX says, Gald are more fun to him than the bard, but that's except for melee. First Slug says Lindsay was a cool character. Not useful at all, but interesting. Yeah, like, again, her character was fine, just her class left a lot to be desired.
I'm gone.
Yeah, she steals like treasury stuff or whatever to make that printing press. I didn't really care about that at all, to be honest. Like, it'd be one thing if they made it have like an actual impact on your character in some way, but like literally all it is them being like, hey, she took money from the treasury, but like you don't see that at all. It doesn't really have any ramifications. So.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Mario says, how do you use the talking sword? I have it and it uses its dialogue, but I don't know how to make someone use it. Yeah, I can show you. So when you have the menu up, you hit Finnian, and then clicking this, it'll give you a list of everything that character is proficient in. You pick one, and then it'll show up in this little box here, and then you just equip it straight from there. First Slug says there's a talking sword. Well, he's a talking any weapon, actually, but yeah.
We do it my way.
Alright, we're gonna stop by. Well, if I could stop getting into unavoidable fights, that'd be great.
The heartbeat quickens.
Our wolf there got the trip on that shear. That's really funny. You're welcome, Mario, and okay. Alright, so we have people in slots. Alright, all we're gonna do here is grab Ember.
Let me draw the first blood.
That said, I'm pretty sure I have to fight a few enemies just to do that. You know, not for nothing, but this wolf is doing work. He keeps tripping everything. .404 says, so I just found out there are books that give you little bonuses. Is it possible to accidentally vendor them with a sell all junk button? Yeah, actually. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Some books will give you bonuses now, but it's not enough to just mouse over them. You have to like actually click and hit info and read them. And then if it's an appropriate book, it'll be like, you've learned something new from this. Ponza says he just joined in. We are playing an Inquisitor Sacred Huntsmaster. Okay, that round we're actually needed.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
So what do they do with Winduag build-wise? Just playing fighter? Does it dual class? Nah. So if you auto level Winduag, she gets just like a ranged fighter.
Listen.
Actually pretty solid though, to be honest. Like as far as like base class fighter ranged goes.
You think this will help? You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
404 says, so I could have screwed myself by not knowing it. Not really. Those bonuses are real small. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Alright. We can ask what's going on here so we can save Ember.
But we have no other choice. We have...
Whoa, no need for that.
Please. They're gone, but...
I don't trust her.
Call me Ember. No, don't be silly.
Exarch says, wait, books do things?
Well,
Yeah, a few of them.
She truly is unusual.
They'll give you small bonuses.
Clever, and I must have
Some of them, not all of them, obviously. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait till we get Ninio, jeez. Well. She identified everything except that. That's weird. Because none of this other stuff was identified either. But she is, ironically, the person we would be giving that home to anyway. Get her set up real quick.
Who, me?
Alright, and then we will head back out and head for the Tower of Estrad. This Silken Thread place is one of the extra places you can find by talking to people. We'll go here. I think we're about to get Ninio. Yeah.
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check.
The beta let you go all the way through Act 4.
An audience. Problematic, but...
Who's that? I don't know.
Greetings, boys and girls.
She looks like one.
Who? Oh, them. In the name, let's start with some...
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any.
These answers are wrong. This experiment has taken quite a surprising... A bull!
Yep. And a cow.
None of your... It appears the...
Damn it.
Hey, take it easy! Is there any...
Please, ask... Be...
Hey, wait!
The experiment...
I'll bathe in your blood.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so if you missed Woljif in Act 1, I don't think you can pick him up in Act 2. Woljif is in the basement of the Defender's Heart Tavern.
The result... What about you?
Now, she'll ask us a bunch of questions. First of which is the colors of Iomedae, which is red and white.
The answer is... Let's proceed.
Eredin did not take part in the Crusades. He died before they began.
You're not...
And Aurilu is known as the architect of the World Wound.
It seems to me that I owe you an It is, and I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. Truth be told, I have your first...
And there's Ninio. I think we'll drop Woljif for Ninio for right now. I never use her, to be honest.
Yes, what?
Yeah, the game kind of lends itself towards saves coming anyway. Bob says I found the earlier parts of Wrath to be more difficult than Kingmaker. I just found a very long fight with the succubus that had like a 29 AC and spell resistance and immunity to a bunch of crap. Yeah, they're like the succubuses, and there's a Nabasu in Act 1 you can find too. And a Nabasu is not a fun demon to mess around with, so in Act 1 they're ridiculous. What was it? Yeah, so while not on stream, I've been starting my Unfair playthrough, and some of the Cambions in the Shield Maze are capable of rolling like a 60 on the attack roll, and at level 1, like there's no way you're not going to get hit by that.
What's that there?
Heal up our main guy here. Didn't realize he lost so much health.
Open your heart to me.
Alright, we'll have Camilla go stealth.
To my strike.
Have I decided what mythic path I'm going to go for with this run? I like Aeon a lot, and Aeon pairs pretty well with Inquisitors. So I might do that. That would match my alignment too. I might do Lich. I haven't messed around with Lich like I've done a little bit of it, but I haven't done like the full path. Lich would probably be pretty fun as well.
I am never wrong. Strike!
Just deleted that guy. Is the pet that I have one-time use, or can it be used infinitely? That pet is my Sacred Huntmaster pet, so yeah, he's just gonna be here. Oh, you're talking about the Pipe Fox. The Pipe Fox stays with you, yeah.
Follow if you dare.
Now, what is that?
How does the Swarm clone work? Do they get separate spells per day? Yeah, so the clones are just that. They're clones. They get all your abilities and everything, separate inventories. It's basically just another you. Okay, so this is really cool because I haven't actually done this yet, but if you're playing a kineticist, you almost need to go to this place first, because this guy drops a ton of kineticist gear like right off the bat when he's not being really terrible to my wolf. He's about gone.
So this is how it feels?
Come on. I could stop missing like every... There we go. Jeez. Yeah, so he drops this, which is a lesser kinetic diadem, which just gives you extra dice rolls on your blasts. And then he drops this light armor, which technically anybody can wear, but it gives you a DR3 versus or bypass by piercing, which is really cool. Is that... okay. Unless you can't use it. Can't imagine. Yeah, it's the same for you. It does look cooler than your chainmail though. So.
What's on your mind?
Alright.
I wonder.
We'll make things right.
We're just playing on normal for stream. I'm actually running through unfair off stream right now.
Trust in yourself.
And also, I don't think it's very fun to watch me die like 40 times per fight as I reload it. Okay. If you grab Trickster critical feats, then swap to Gold Dragon, do I lose feats? Kind of. Gold Dragon, once you complete the transformation, gets Dragon feats, which are just any feats you want and without restriction. So you can just get them back. Mario says, someone said there were skill up books. Is that true? Kind of. Like, they don't do anything great. They just give you, like, really small bonuses to, like, your defenses and stuff. And, like, skill checks, that kind of thing. Like, they're there, but they're not as big a deal as people are making them out to be, in my opinion. What build am I running for unfair? My Sword Saint, actually, for my main guy. I use that Sword Saint build a lot, so... It's kind of my thing. Unfair just sounds like stomach ulcers in the making. Kind of. Like, you just die all the time. So, like, unfair really just comes down to dice rolls sometimes, and sometimes you're just unlucky, so you just gotta reload. Bob says, which mythic path do you feel would pair best with Kineticist? They kind of operate so differently that every other class is hard to synergize stuff. 100%. I actually don't have really a good answer for that right this second. When I go to make a Kineticist build, I'll actually have to sit down and look and see what's going to work the best, but I actually agree with you for the most part, because a lot of the bonuses and stuff you get from certain mythic paths I don't think would lend to a Kineticist very well. Jonathan Vu says Gold Dragon can unlock any feat, including Trickster's exclusive feats. No. So, Gold Dragon, once you complete their transformation, get 3 Dragon feats. Dragon feats are literally all the regular feats, but you get to pick them regardless of their requirements. So you can even get feats that don't even belong to your class. Yeah, it definitely does depend on what kind of Kineticist you're running as well. Nicola, only if you combine spellbooks, if you can. So the spellbooks from your mythic paths, they will either, if you merge them, they will use your class stat. If you don't merge them, the spells from the mythic spellbook will then run off your mythic rank.
Save the last one for me.
I love this little interaction up here, by the way. Not with Grey Boar, but like this stuff going on with the demons. If you're careful, you can kill almost every single one of these guys without lifting a finger.
I'd stay away if the demons and their more gray, they think don't even. Yeah, exactly like that. I'm afraid that's confidential. I have
The city.
Yes, I.
Okay, so we'll save real quick just in case this goes sideways. But there's two columns on the sides of this little... Yeah, so if it goes sideways like that, I want to get over to this column and show everybody it. I haven't got to the point where I'm picking mythic paths yet. Oh my god, I keep missing that roll. So I need to roll at least a 10 to pass this mobility check. I want to get over to this column so I can show you guys something, but it would require me to pass the check to do so.
They will not expect my strike.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is going to go well if I fight all of them, but we'll see. Yourself.
Don't hold back.
Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can actually win this or not, and then I'll answer some questions. Okay, so...
Mere flesh wound.
Okay. Oh no, Sela fell down in the pit. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay, right? Yeah, there we go. Wow, can't believe we beat all of them, actually. That went a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, sorry, we'll catch up here. Do I have a link for the Sword Saint build? I have a less refined version of it on the channel as a video. Yeah, the athletics, not great. Like, you can have decent athletics if you don't have land, but it's whatever. Or mobility, rather. Easy. Mobility checks, that's correct. The double mythic path, what is the visual change there? The double mythic path gives you like reddish leather wings and some horns. I actually put that up earlier today. The double mythic path mechanics video I put up will show off his transformations. Yeah, a lot of people kill Ninio. She's pretty annoying. Ember, yeah, some enemies have fire resistance, but it's not too bad. And then, like, literally at the end of Act 1, you can give her Ascendant Element Fire, and then it's pretty much a solved case because it'll bypass immunities and stuff. Yeah, Woljif is decent. So if you have everyone selected, it picks the character that has the highest chance of succeeding at the check, which in this case was actually my wolf. Yeah, Legend will let you take 40 levels as well, but you can only have 20 levels in any particular class. So that opens up a lot of opportunity for multi-classing, actually, which I have not messed around with yet. Okay, nice. We'll spam potions on everybody since I have a ton anyway. Oh no, she took some charisma damage. Copy a bunch of junk to her spell book. Nice. Yeah, I could get a mercenary clinic, but Sela will have channel positive energy here before too long anyway. And it's just normal, so it's not that big of a deal. Part 1 was my answering questions before launch. I was using the same build and everything. I'll probably have to rename that so it's less confusing. Sorry about that. Alright, and then we are clear. Okay, so what I was trying to show you guys, but we couldn't pass that mobility check, is this column right here. If you push that one and the one over here on the other side, it'll actually kill a bunch of these cultists before you even start that fight, making it way easier. And if you hit yourself with this column, there's actually an achievement for doing that.
There's something here.
We got a buckler +1, which Camilla can use. Now we're actually going to help this guy. Even though he's a moron.
I hope you appreciate this.
And here we can find Lady Kalindra's chain. It is amazing. Not the same for you, though. Camilla's gonna get the most use out of it. Alright.
I am helpful, am I not? Now, what is that?
I found, something.
I am helpful, am I not? I hope you appreciate this. I am helpful, am I not?
do it my way.
What's a good weapon for Sword Saint? S-Stock is a popular choice, especially now that we have Finnian talking weapon, because S-Stocks have a higher crit range than a lot of the other weapons, and combine that with a couple feats and you can get the crit range on it down to like 15 to 20, which means you will crit constantly. So we already opened the door by unlocking it that this guy tells us about. However, he can tell us about the wand and stuff that was stolen, which leads to the the Lich mythic path. That's everything in here.
Follow if you dare.
Yeah, so we can go turn that in at Erebeth and then head to Market Street. We'll head straight to Market Street, actually.
A success worthy of praise.
I do what I must.
Mind over muscle.
Kamal asked, does Finnian work on natural weapons? Not that I'm aware of, no, because natural weapons aren't really like weapons in the traditional sense. It's just like claws and stuff. There's that done, and then we will start clearing out Market Square.
You'll make a fine trophy.
Alright, so there's Forn's little side quest done. Grab this bit of loot here. And keep on trucking. Oh, man. Somebody asked if Cavalier is still bugged. Bugged how? You mean like the animations? They fixed that a while back, if that's what you're talking about. Or, oh wait, are you talking about the thing where sometimes the spears don't do the double damage on the charges or whatever? Couple swarms, but we're on normal, so we should be able to kill these pretty easily.
I'm gone.
I hope you appreciate this.
Yeah, I've heard a few people having problems with the charge. Not really sure, to be honest.
Am I not?
Alright, open up this. We'll destroy the circle, because I really don't want to fight the demon that comes along with it. If I can answer without spoilers, is Finnian now good at later chapters if you do its quests? They weren't implemented when I played. Yeah, if you... Most of his quests are kind of thrown at you, so they're hard to miss. But if you do Finnian's quests, he stays pretty relevant until the very end of the game. Is there any way to effectively multi-class a Cavalier? Well, if you go Legend, it's very easy to do. Gotta get across this.
No time for debate.
Nice.
They will break against our
match
resolve.
for me.
Interesting.
And here we can save our theater troupe from this basement. If you find these like theater people in every act, they can actually put a play like on for you towards, I think it's like Act 5, and actually like participating in that play gives you an achievement, but you have to like find these guys every time. I have a bunch of ghouls pop up at us here.
Save the last one for me.
Strike!
Nice.
Are we ready to move out?
Use treat affliction on our diseases there that I got somewhere.
Is lacking.
More ghouls.
I did it. It happens sometimes.
Finish some of our potions there. As they drop a ton. You're supposed to be able to find that Nabasu and fight it. I don't know exactly where it runs off to though.
We do it my way.
I am helpful, am I not?
Into the graveyard.
You son of a gun! This wound, my gift to you! It's time to act!
I think I did it.
What's that there?
Over here we get a throwing axe +1, which doesn't do us a lot of good because nobody we have uses throwing axes, but still.
The spirits demand your blood!
Oh. These shadows can be rough because they'll drain your strength. They hit Sela a second ago. And here is our necromancer.
I will fight.
Nice, that went pretty well. No, besides that fear, he just managed to get off. Yeah, this guy's he's a bit of a weird shopkeep, apparently. Yeah, the specters can be rough. They drain strength. And anything that drains attributes is really annoying.
I'll take care of it.
We'll use that on our animal companion over here. Okay.
Follow if you dare.
Kamal says I'm trying to theory craft a witch hagbound student of war legend, but I don't know where I'm going to get that 5 base attack bonus prerequisite from. Yeah, fair enough. Legend opens up a lot of unique possibilities, that's for sure. And we find Sila's friends here. And then we get our quest to meet them back at the tavern. That should lead to an exit, yeah.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
And naturally, more ghouls.
Anything for you.
This will be quick.
Together, we stand.
Heal Seal up. Not that their lay of hands was any good. Probably healed anything.
This one was beyond me.
Locked, naturally.
I hope
There we
you
go.
appreciate this.
There's another cat. Well, another pet, I should say. Which happens to be a cat. I believe that one is Tiger. Yeah.
Weapons, spells, poisons.
Now we have a cat following us around.
These days. A shame one life is
Tito says, what difficulty are you playing? This is just on normal. Alright, so we're gonna go into the house here. Forget this is the one with the shadow demon, yeah.
There's something
Yeah, there it is.
here.
Okay. Remembered that trap that was in front of that. I was like, I just couldn't see it yet.
I am helpful, am I not?
I'll get that chest now that the trap is off. Action from Chaos, Stories Untold. Then we loot this guy for a scroll of sea invisibility. We're gonna move away a little bit here. We're gonna use this scroll. First we're gonna save, because I don't know if we're gonna get wrecked by this shadow demon or not.
I'm alright. I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, there we go. Jeez. Oh wow. That's quite the crit.
I'm gone.
Did I make my own portrait? No, that's one of the ones from Kingmaker.
We will win this war.
And in here we get the wicked longbow.
I am helpful, am I not?
We'll give that one to Winduag. Give her that.
You can trust me.
Occurred to me I never set her spells up. Not that she has a ton. Alright, nice.
We do it my way.
Alright. And then come around the corner here. There should be. There's the church. Yeah. Okay. Then we get this little vision.
The heartbeat quickens.
Couple of guys over here.
This will hurt.
Is Winduag good? Chose Lan because couldn't stand Winduag. I mean, they're both okay. Lan and Winduag both are ranged, so they have a very similar type of build, though. I think Lan probably winds up coming out on top of it in terms of damage, being a Zen archer, but they're both pretty useful and they both do basically the same thing, so stay away from that because I really don't want to fight that babow.
Interesting.
And here we have a backpack full of booze. Naturally. And here's the servant telling us about Count Arun Nair. I'll go pick up Dayran at some point. But first, this big battle in the square. One of these guys always has a half plate +1. Yeah, there it is. There we go. one more armor class for her. And right here we can pick up a Midnight Bolt. This will do 50 points of damage to anything that can't be ignored or reduced, and it can't miss. You can actually find a handful of those throughout the game. Alright, and here we have what we have to pick up for the story, though we are a little early for it. I like the alignment distribution in this game. Kingmaker felt like it was really good to show it's very few flat evil characters. Yeah, that's true enough. And this is where we encounter the Aeon Mythic Path, but that's part of the main story, so you can't really miss that at all. You just choose to take it with you or not, really. And then we meet Ramian and Holrun. Michael, the first part is the part where I was answering questions before launch. I'm probably going to have to rename that part so it makes more sense. And then Holrun is the prelate of the Inquisitors of Canabras. So right now he's trying to fight everybody, which would not be super helpful. And if you show him the light of heaven, he gives you much less of a hassle. No matter what you do right here, Ramian runs off. And he can kind of tell you what the deal with Ramian was and how they kind of tried to perform some ritual on the Ward Stone before everything happened. And he'll ask you to kill Ramian, and then Holrun was actually responsible for putting Ember on the stake.
Follow if you dare.
I'll tear your throat out!
Right on. Got most of the Market Square explored already.
We are the light.
Yeah, there we go.
Are the darkness.
Couple of these guys here.
Slug for a foe.
Then we can head back and talk to Ramian and get the Starward Gaze quest, which leads us to the Azata Mythic Path. We can ask for his side of the story with him and Holrun, because these are priests of Desna. And you can actually convince Holrun to let it go and basically wait until after everything's over before you do that. But as long as you don't attack Ramian outright, these guys will come talk to you, and then you can get the Azata Mythic Path. Yeah, so if you kill Holrun, he actually drops Sword of Right, I think it's called, which is a very good longsword for this particular part of the game. And then Ilks here shows up and asks us to find his friends. And we leveled up. Nice. So, we're going to take a point of wisdom because I need it to cast spells. We only have 13. We won't go any higher than 14 though, because like head slot items will take up the rest of it. I think we're gonna grab Restoration Lesser and or just grab Cure Wounds. Can't really go wrong there.
We should move.
I'm already taking a bunch of ability damage, so probably a good idea to have that on hand. And now Sela gets her channel positive energy here.
No reason to pause.
So that's super handy. And then Amelia. There's Index. Good. Weapon focus with the longbow, which is right. Nice. And then Ember, Stigmatized Witch. She gets her spells and the healing hex. Could give her Ice Plant for more AC, but that's not super useful for Ember anyway. And then Ninio. Truth be told, I don't really care too much about her. Only using her right now because I don't like Woljif that much. Well, like using him in combat, I mean.
Open your heart to me.
I'm always ready.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
I'll have to do it for now because I don't want to rest just yet until I actually get fatigued. Because we are up against the clock. Now that we've talked to them, we can go back and talk to the prelate and basically talk him down to resolve that quest without violence, which is helpful considering that, again, you're in a city fighting a bunch of demons. Yeah, they try to like push Woljif towards like melee stuff, and he's just, I don't know, he's not very good at it.
I do what I must.
It would be funny to make Ember a Winter Witch. Yeah, you'd probably have to jump through some hoops to make that happen, though. I don't think, you have to, last I checked, you had to have like a specific thing from, I think it was Elemental Witch to actually pick up Winter Witch as a prestige class. It was something from the Elemental Witch archetype, and then there was a Shaman archetype too that could go into it. Alright, there we go. And once we do that, we can send the prelate off to help with the Defender's Tavern. And we can go talk to Ramian again, which will complete that quest for us. Going the wrong way. Still got stuff to explore over here. Alright. That said, that is where I'm going to have to call it for right now, but going forward I'm going to keep playing through this. I actually do want to play through the game going live. I think that would be fun. And then I'm actually again doing the unfair playthrough off the stream, but right now I've got to go take care of some stuff IRL, so to speak. But at the very least I'll be back on this Wednesday. I'm going to try to do it again before then, but we'll kind of see what happens. In the meantime, appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. But truly though, may you wander in wisdom and have an amazing day.